From Fox 5 News, it's time for more Good Day New York.
Coming up on Good Day, interior designers have transformed a beautiful home in Manhattan for a great cause.
That's right. Baruch checks out this year's Decorators Show House, benefiting the Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club. Yeah. Oh, welcome back. Okay. As we were
Sorry,
we're chatting.
We're talking about being parents.
Yep. All right. So the annual Kips Bay Decorator Show House exhibit, it runs through the end of May. Celebrated designers transform a magnificent estate that then showcases fine furnishings and art and technology. And
it's just gorgeous, and it's all for a great cause. Proceeds from the Decorator exhibit will benefit the Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club. Baruch Shemtoff checked it out this morning.
Yes, look, I have been going to this forever, since I was a kid. I wasn't, let's say, a normal kid.
Really?
In my free time, I would go by myself to the Kips Bay Decorator Show House every year.
I mean, why not? You see how the other people
gorgeous.
live. And you get ideas for your own house.
Exactly, and it's $40, right? Then it was even cheaper. And you walk, it feels like you're walking into an issue of Elle Decor or Architectural Digest.
Yeah.
You get to explore it in real life. So this is the 47th annual Kips Bay Decorator Show House. It's now open, and every year, really some of the most famous interior designers transform a New York home with a range of beautiful spaces. So this year, the show house is located at 36-38 East 74th Street. It's an unbelievable, huge mansion that also happens to be for sale for around $20 million. It will stay open through May 30th. Now, the proceeds from the show house support much-needed after-school and enrichment programs for New York City children at the Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club in the Bronx. So I got to speak with two of the featured designers about some of the benefits of visiting the show house.
We have many different rooms, a really great group of diverse designers in this year's home.
So no matter what budget, you can benefit from the show house.
Any budget. There are so many DIYs and takeaways from this.
You can come here and get inspiration for decorating, meet your favorite designers, and of course, most importantly, help raise funds for these underprivileged kids.
So what was the inspiration? Slow it down. I've never heard that right here.
This space is
well, one of my favorite parts of the experience is sourcing tips and tricks that you can implement in your home right now on a budget. So one of the designers you just saw, Jennifer Kohler Mason, shared some easy but impactful ideas. Take a listen.
The walls are a plaster that have been painted over, and we've created a texture on the walls with a brush. So it's kind of a crosshatch, but it looks like wallpaper. Everybody who walks into the room cannot believe it's not wallpaper. It's fantastic. There are no seams and easily recreated in your own home.
So you can do that on a weekend and change the look of your room.
Absolutely. And if you get tired of the color, then the texture is there. You can just repaint.
Oh, I love that.
And it will last forever. I love to wallpaper the ceiling in people's homes, and I call it the fifth wall. So always look up, I say. I had my installer template and cut into squares. So there are very large squares. We created a grid on the ceiling, and then we installed each individual square onto the ceiling so it creates more depth and dimension to the space.
Love it. Really creative idea. They're thinking about the ceiling as another option. By the way, I also visited Damen Jenkins. There he is right there in his room. He was inspired to create what he calls a command center, which he says is a woman's answer to a man cave.
Really?
A really beautiful space right there. And he had another very creative idea that you can do right now this weekend in your own home. Take a listen to Corey.
I could have just painted the bookcases, you know, the same color as the walls, but why not do something a bit more different and more creative? So the grass cloth provides a really nice backdrop for the books and the accessories that are there as a showcase.
So again, look at that space as an opportunity to make a statement.
Absolutely.
And you can even paint it if you're on even more of a budget.
Exactly. You can do a contrast paint color. You can do the wall coverings back there. I hung art as on the back of the shelves in some cases, or on the front of the shelves. So there's different ways to kind of, you know, dress it up in a way that makes sense for the budget.
And the multidimensionality of a bookcase.
Exactly, yeah.
Love it. Now, tickets cost just $40. Details are on kipsbaydecoratorshowhouse.org. But I really liked that bookcase idea, because that's something you can literally do this weekend. You can paint the contrast color on nothing. Yeah. You take some frames you already have, hang them in the bookcase. So instead of just becoming utilitarian, the bookcase really adds dimension, depth, and really is multi-purpose. It really decorates your home.
I need a bookcase, though.
Oh, you need a bookcase. How do you store your books? Are they all digital?
No. I have like built-ins, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Oh, got it.
But it's not
Got
a
it.
bookcase.
Right. You need a whole display
Yeah.
situation.
You have a bookcase,
I have a
right?
You have a bookcase.
Yes, I do. I have a yes.
I have a coffee table.
I have
That's about all
a
I
woman
have.
cave.
But by the way, when we talk about a command center, I started laughing. I was thinking, okay, what would be my command center?
Where's your command
The
center?
kitchen.
Yes.
Yes.
I have, you know, the food, which I'm in charge of, and my computer.
So you work
It's
in
like
the
your
I work
kitchen.
in the
office
kitchen.
there,
I
too.
work in the
And
kitchen.
a lot of people do that. That becomes the entire hub. And I thought what was really interesting was that Ian Schrager piece you just did, how there was a kitchen in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's called, I think it's called a dirty kitchen. So what it is, you know, when you have a little party in your house,
Yeah.
and everybody always winds up in the kitchen.
Right.
And sometimes it's a wreck, right? Because you're cooking. So the dirty kitchen.
You
which-
hide the mess.
You can close it
actually cook in that kitchen. And that's where you make your mess and you prepare your food, and then you just close the door.
And the pretty kitchen's outside.
And the pretty kitchen is ready just to display all the food, which is lovely.
And that
Genius.
changed as
I don't have
everybody-
that either.
Well, there we go. Yeah, but you have a big kitchen. That's nice. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really changed as people's lifestyles have changed and people start to have these open kitchens.
Right.
And I need a place to actually cook.
Because remember, people used to go down in the basement, in the rec center,
Yes.
whatever.
Oh,
Nobody
yes.
goes to the basement
We
anymore.
lived in our basement, and we were only allowed to go to the first floor, which had a couch and a nice dining room table, like twice a year.
Oh,
It was-
for like Thanksgiving and Christmas.
That was it.
That's it.
But you didn't have the plastic runners, did you?
We might have had one
Covers
time.
on the couches.
We might have had
The
that too.
Scatos. All access. I
We'll be
like
right
that.
back.